Hey guys, it's Regis, and this video is going to be a good one. It's got everything you need to know to start exercising the right way to start losing weight. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So the first question I hear a lot is, how often do I have to exercise if I want to lose weight? And if you've been listening to me for any length of time, you probably already know what I'm going to say. So if you currently spend 0 minutes a week exercising, then my recommendation is to try to do at least one session of resistance training a week and start there, because you have to start with where you are. And then if you can do this consistently for 3 weeks, you can increase it to 2 resistance training sessions every week. Another question that I get quite a lot is, how long do these sessions need to be? How long do I actually have to exercise in order to lose weight? And similarly, you have to start with where you are. So if you're doing 0 minutes of exercise, you might aim at first for 15 minutes and then work your way up from there slowly and consistently. The goal is to end up getting to 45 minutes to an hour in each session of resistance training. So combined with the first piece, you want to work your way up to doing between 45 minutes to an hour of resistance training 2 times a week. And if you can build up to 45 minutes to an hour 2 times a week of resistance training, you're going to be in good shape. See what I did there? Next up, the question is, what kind of exercises should I be doing if I want to lose weight? And I've already kind of alluded to this, but if your goal is to lose weight and to lose fat, the best exercises to do are exercises that fall under the category of resistance training. Resistance training has many names, depending on who you ask. Some people call it strength training, some people call it bodybuilding, some people call it weightlifting, and some people just call it resistance training. And really what resistance training is it's moving your muscles against some form of resistance. So whether it's your body weight or a dumbbell or a barbell or a kettlebell or a resistance band, all of these things fall under the umbrella of resistance training. And again, resistance training is what you want to do if your goal is to lose fat and lose weight. So at this point, you might be wondering, why is resistance training the best exercise to do if I want to lose fat and I want to lose weight? And really the secret is in how it's done. When you do resistance training properly, you continually increase the amount of resistance that you put your muscles under, and this encourages them to grow bigger and stronger. And I'm going to head you right off at the pass here and say, no, don't worry, you are not going to get huge like Arnold or like The Rock. Those men put in so much work to look like that, and you are not going to accidentally get huge by using resistance training. So the goal of resistance training is to continually increase the resistance to encourage your muscles to grow bigger and stronger, and ultimately what you want is to be putting on muscle mass. So now your question is probably, why would I want to put on muscle mass? And here is really the secret to why resistance training is the best exercise for fat loss and for weight loss. Ready for the secret? Okay, so muscle is metabolically active tissue. That means that it is always burning up calories, whether you're sitting watching TV, or you're out doing your groceries, or you're out doing a walk, or even when you're sleeping and your body has to repair and build this muscle. It is always using calories. Muscle mass is also sometimes called lean mass, or lean body mass, or lean muscle mass. No matter what you call it, you want to be putting on more muscle mass. Having more muscle mass is associated with all sorts of good things, like automatically burning more calories. In fact, if you add a few pounds of muscle to your body, you can easily burn an extra 500 calories a day by doing nothing. Think about that for a minute. That means you can eat almost 500 extra calories every day and still be getting leaner. And I want you to compare that to the experience of people who are going about it a different way. For the people that try to lose weight by doing a bunch of cardio and slashing their calories as low as possible and eating as little as possible. This is a better way. Having more muscle mass makes you resistant to gaining fat. Like I said before, muscle is metabolically active and eats up lots of calories. So the more muscle you put on, the faster your metabolism gets, and the more calories your body burns on autopilot, and so you won't gain fat. Building muscle is the way to get the body that you've been dreaming about. Those bodies that you see on TV and in the movies and on Instagram, they got there with resistance training. They didn't get there from doing a bunch of cardio. The thin waist and the round muscles, the round shoulders, the round butt, the toned legs, all of that comes from resistance training. It was a big mistake that I made when I was younger and I didn't know better, that I thought walking and running were going to get me those kind of body shapes that I saw on TV. That is not how it's done. It's resistance training. Resistance training is the only form of exercise that lets you intentionally shape your body. So if you want your shoulders to be rounder, or if you want your butt to be bigger, or if you want your waist to be trimmer, these things can be done using resistance training. And I want to make a note here that it's within reason. Resistance training can't make your legs longer. It can't make your arms longer. It can't make your torso shorter. But what you can do is, using resistance training, you can grow different muscles and create the illusion of longer legs and the illusion of a thinner waist. With resistance training, you're always going to get stronger. Because you're always increasing the weight that you're pushing or the resistance you're applying to your muscles will continue to get stronger and stronger. And I want you to compare this to other forms of exercise where the first time you do it, it's hard and your muscles have to grow and adapt to do the exercise. But then, because the exercise doesn't change, your growth plateaus. This does not happen with resistance training if you're doing it properly. Doing resistance training increases your bone density. This is particularly important for women, especially as we age, but really men and women both lose bone density as we get older. And this will set you up for fractures, which are super life-altering when you get older. We don't want those. But by doing resistance training, you can avoid this. The process is kind of the same way. When you do resistance training, you put your bones under stress. You also put your muscles under stress, which in turn put your bones under stress. And your bones respond the same way your muscles do. They get stronger in response to stress. Resistance training can help you balance your hormones. In women, it regulates levels of estrogen and progesterone, and in men and women, it helps with insulin resistance. Resistance training makes your cells more sensitive to insulin, which can reduce insulin resistance and help you prevent diabetes. A really important point that I want to make and that I want to stress is that if you are currently in a calorie deficit, meaning you're eating less with the hopes of losing weight, but you are not currently doing resistance training, the weight that you're losing is probably muscle. And now, if you've been paying attention to this video, you know exactly why that's a problem. Muscle is metabolically active, so by losing muscle, you are slowing down your metabolism, which is going to make it harder for you to lose weight. So I'll say it again differently. If you are currently not doing resistance training, you should, because you want to be putting on muscle, because muscle is going to increase your metabolism, and that is going to help you lose fat. And now let's get to the question that's probably been on your mind this whole time. What about cardio? Can't I do cardio to lose weight? I want to make a line in the sand here. Cardio is not the best exercise if you want to lose weight. Doing hours and hours of cardio can blow up your weight loss in two ways, and I'm going to go into them here. The first one is, if you do an exercise over and over and over again, your body gets really good at it. And by that I mean it gets really efficient at it, and it stops needing so many calories to do it. And so the first time you go running, it's hard, and your body uses a lot of calories to do something it's never done before. But then you keep doing it week in and week out, being very consistent with your runs. And the more that you do it, the fewer calories it takes to do that run. Now, if your goal is to run a marathon and get really good at running, that's great. Keep doing it. Be consistent with your runs. But if your goal is to lose fat, if your goal is to lose weight, if your goal is to increase your metabolism, this isn't going to get you there. In fact, you're just spending your time running and trying to spend calories. If that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to spend calories and lose weight, but you're not, because as you continue to run, your body learns how to run by using fewer calories. The second way that cardio is going to blow up your weight loss progress is that it will start to send your body the message to get rid of muscle. So like I said, your body is very efficient. There's nothing you can do to stop this. Your body's been designed to do things efficiently, and it does whatever it takes to get there. And so if you are doing hours and hours of cardio, you are telling your body what you want to do is to do cardio. And your body knows that it doesn't take lots of muscle to do cardio. So it starts to eat up all the muscle that's not absolutely required to do those movements, to do that cardio. And the more muscle your body eats up and the less and less muscle that you have, the slower and slower your metabolism gets. And the slower and slower your metabolism gets, the harder and harder it is for you to lose fat. And so doing hours and hours of cardio will reduce your muscle mass, it'll reduce your metabolism, and it'll make it even harder for you to lose fat. So this begs the question, should you do cardio? And like most things, it depends. If you enjoy cardio and you find it relaxing, or you find it cathartic, or you find that it helps you relieve stress, or if you want to run a marathon and that's a goal that you have, you should absolutely do cardio. But if your goal is to lose fat, don't do cardio. Do resistance training. Do, again, 2 sessions a week of 45 minutes to 60 minutes, and you'll be in good shape. If your goal is to lose fat and to shape your body, don't do cardio. This will just leave you flabby. And if you've heard the term skinny fat, that's how you get there. You get to be skinny fat if you do hours and hours of cardio. And I want to make a note for people who have busy schedules. I think we all have a lot going on. And so if you are pressed for time, do not spend your time doing cardio. Cut that right out, skip it, get your time back, and spend it doing resistance training. And again, not to sound like a broken record, but all you need is 2 sessions a week of 45 minutes to 60 minutes. And if currently you're starting from 0, aim for 15 minutes, then raise it slowly, be consistent, and start with where you are. So that's going to be it for this video. If you found it helpful, give it a like. And if you know someone who could use this information, please share it with them. I will catch you in the comments and in the next video.